What is up, everybody? This is Rashid coming live via the YouTubes. We Still Here Fantasy Podcast, episode 6. What is up? I got my man Jerome.
What's good?
Olaloye in the building.
Yes.
And it's Thursday night football going on. New York matchup going on right now. Blowout in the Meadowlands. Jets are dominating the game.
Yeah, it's old New York, baby.
Surprisingly, over the Bills. They've been doing it all year. The Jets have, I think, almost every game that the Jets have played this year, they have probably beaten the spread. Like whatever the points were that they said they were going to lose by, they probably lost by less. And they've also won quite a few games that people thought they were going to lose. They gave the Falcons a pretty good run last week. They've been world beaters this year. Like, I didn't think they were going to win a game.
Yeah, no, they've been unlucky, man.
Yeah, they could have won more. Yeah,
definitely.
Even last week.
They should have won last week.
Yeah, for sure. They had them. Turnovers killed them. But yeah, man, Jerome. This has been a long time coming. You and I go way back.
Yeah, long time, man.
So a lot of people, in the league, they know that, from my interview with Chris, that you and I went to high school together, and they also we talked. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to that interview, but we did talk a little bit about in that episode. Also, we talked about chess in schools.
Yep.
And the chess program, which is like a big part of our history in just like becoming friends, like really like as part of I know it was like a big part of when you were in high school, your like extracurricular activities. And yeah, I ended up like finding out more about it from you guys in high school, and then started going to some of the tournaments and classes and stuff. And yeah, man, how long were you in chess in schools back in the day?
Man, that was a long group that I joined with them. I guess they first got into my my orbit when I was I guess third grade. I must have been in third grade, and
Wow.
through high school, yeah. And
where'd you go to elementary school?
I went to a really little school in the Bronx.
Oh, a small school in the Bronx?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a regular community school in the Bronx.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Near
like
where you were
CS70. What's up?
Like nearby where you were living at the time?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, it was totally random. I guess they one day sent this guy, David McAnulty, to advocate that we have a chess program, and for whatever reason, I guess now then it was called the Board of Education, and they bought in, and lo and behold, we had a chess program, and I saw some dudes who were like going on trips for like free, and I was like, I was kind of jealous, so I was like, let me get in on that. Like, I want to go on trips too, and then I kept with it.
Yeah, that's cool. So you knew from that young age that you wanted to travel.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I was it was a boring life in the Bronx, man. We weren't doing anything really like exciting, so it's like, let's be a chance to at least get out of school. but
Yeah.
at the same time see things. So like nothing would be held against me. So to my young mind, it seemed like a win-win. So
Yeah, for sure. And so that ended up becoming like pretty much like I mean, through school, all the way through school, you pretty much were active in chess in schools. Am I right? Like you
oh, definitely.
were in
I
tournaments,
mean,
you
like we were.
taught chess too.
What's up?
Did you teach?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I was really involved in the program. I went from like going to the lesson, doing the after school thing, to teaching or working at tournaments where I'd be like a tournament director, stuff like that. So I was all in.
Yeah, man. And then so I came in late. Like I never had any, I played chess with my grandfathers, especially my mom's pops. Like he um, taught me how to play. Um, but uh, like I didn't ever get any formal lessons or anything like that. So for me, chess was always like something where it was just a fun thing, to do, like kind of like just a game. I always liked games growing up, but I never played like seriously like that. And then you guys kind of took it to a different level for me. Like, oh wow, this is like something that I could actually do more seriously. And I um I did a lot of I just went to a lot of the classes and stuff with you guys, and more than anything, like I just got connected with the other people like who were involved in it, and that's actually how I got introduced to the fantasy baseball league, which you are still a part of to this day.
Yeah, no, it's crazy that league has been going on since like 1999.
That's
Yeah,
crazy. 18 years.
it's it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
and it
I don't think it's gonna be um, yeah, I don't think it's gonna be going anywhere anytime soon, right? Probably.
oh, definitely not. Like we've done lots of changes to make it like really different. I mean, we've had people like just randomly join from like I can't remember. We met some random guy, this guy Westside from
Yep.
a a public league that we brought in, and he's been with us all these years. Like, we've gone out to meet him out in California. I mean, it's crazy, and everybody is everywhere. So it's not like we try to see each other once when we can, but it's a good feeling because
Yeah, man.
but
That's awesome. And how did you do in that league this year?
this year was a little different. We added two people, so it was a different format. We're trying to Greg, who was in the league for a few years,
Greg
who
Shahadi?
exited and came back, created a few different formats, and so we changed it up. You know, I wasn't totally active as active as I should have been, and I didn't do as well as I could have. But so I think I finished in the middle half of the league.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah,
Sounds
no,
sounds about like my performance in Randy Levine is the devil this year.
listen, you know, we're in the league with a bunch of people who are very sharp.
Yeah, man.
So, you give anybody in the league, like anyone, any kind of an edge, and they'll take it and they'll run with it. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
that's what happens when you put smart people.
bunch of sharks in the pool there
Definitely.
for sure. Um, yeah, man. So tell me a little bit about. I'm interested in to know kind of like backing up a second just before we get into specifically about We Still Here, like just your like experience with fantasy, because I know you're actually my like the person who actually, because that baseball league was my first fantasy league ever.
Wow. I didn't know. Wow.
And um yeah, so like I learned rotisserie fantasy baseball. That was my entry point. But for you, like, how did you get into fantasy sports?
Um, Well, I was one of those eggheads who just, I like math, I liked all these things, but I was, chess made you competitive, and I was already competitive. And we saw just a random thing on like ESPN, just do like a pick'em league. So I started off doing pick'em leagues. It was like a pick'em baseball league, and you know, but we just wanted more. So, and when I say we, I meant me and a bunch of other people who were at chess in the schools. So we just wanted more, and was like, hey, you know what? Let's do more, and we ran with that, and I just stuck with it, like, and just took it to different levels, and kind of kept expanding from that.
Yep. Yeah, that's cool, man. So the baseball league, were you in it from the very beginning?
The very beginning. Yep.
Wow. So that was like what, our freshman year in high school?
Yeah. Yep.
That's
Yep.
crazy, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, so and you've probably seen like several iterations of that league. Can you share with us like any I would love to hear like if there's any like memorable drama that happened that you feel like was like particularly like funny or like just like a crazy story. Um, I'd love
Well,
to.
I don't know if it's memorable drama. I'm thinking one of the I've only won that league twice, so I've been like not like it's really hard to win. But
I'm sure there's somebody that hasn't won ever.
so I remember the first time that I won was the year Barry Bonds hit 73 home runs or whatever amount he hit, and of course, like I traded for Barry Bonds in like the middle of the season, and I mean at the time, like I didn't like you don't expect the guy to just keep hitting home runs. And I forget who I gave up, but I know that the guy didn't do well. And like I got Barry Bonds and a bunch of other people. And I think it was from Maglio or Ordonez. I don't know if you even remember who that guy
Oh
is.
yeah, of course, dude.
Yeah. But lo and behold, he didn't, he couldn't equate, what Barry Bonds did. And like I won. And like I don't know. I remember everybody in the league was like, at the time, like, Jerome, you made a stupid move. You gave up a lot, Barry Bonds, whatever. And at the end of the season, it's just, it's funny how people have like a very short memories. They're like, oh, dude, that was a genius move. We knew that was a great move at the time. You know, I just took it and just a little reminder, like, oh, people are fickle, and these things they, you can't take anything for serious.
Yeah, dude. Um, how is the format the same? Is it still 5x5 roto?
It's 5x5, but we've changed it a bunch of different ways. Like now, there are more positions. Like we have a corner infield, we have a middle infield, we have like five outfielders. So I mean, it's not just your standard roster arrangement. And every year we change it a little bit more. Like next year, I believe it's no more batting average. I think it'll be just on base percentage.
Yep.
So stuff like that. And then of course, we added keepers and we changed the amount of keepers. Like if you win first or second in the league, you have the fewest amount of keepers compared to everybody else. And if you finish in the I think the bottom two, you get an additional keeper, but you have to pay a larger entry fee.
Word.
So yeah, so we change. We're
Yeah.
always changing it every year.
It sounds like the eventual like place where Randall's Devil will get to one day.
Yeah, definitely.
Because right now it's just a free for all. Like you can keep as many guys as you want, but you just have to pay up.
Yeah. Yep.
Um, but yeah, I love that league. I love the banter and the just like in general. Um, it's a good group of guys, and that one's been going on for almost I think just as long.
Wow.
as as chess, the chess league.
Wow.
Um, so tell me, man, how did you like? What's your We Still Here story? How did you end up joining the league?
Well, you invited me. I think it was, I don't know, somebody had dropped off, or I don't know if I was taking over for your dad. I think he was in the league at
I
the
think you
time, if I
came in as
remember.
yeah, I think you came in as an expansion. I don't think you were there the very first year.
No, no, no. I wasn't there the first year.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. You just invited me, and like it was the first year that obviously we're in the baseball league with Sean. It was my first year with them, so you just was like, hey, I don't know if Sean was in the league at the time, but we all just joined the baseball league, the football league. It's like, hey, come do football. We need an owner, and I joined, and that was that.
yeah, 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 man. Um, and I think yeah, we've always done it where like there's like an expansion draft. I think that you were part of one of those.
Yep.
Um, and do you remember like who you picked in the first league you were in?
Well, I took Andrew Luck, and
Yep.
you know, obviously, I can't quit Andrew Luck since I still have him on my team. But yeah, that was the one guy I remember. I can't remember the other two in my mind, but I know Andrew Luck was my first pick.
Yeah, you've been committed to
Yeah.
Luck for the duration, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't have him last year, but he's always like he's got a soft place in my heart.
It's a tough story, man. It's a tough situation with the shoulder injury. Those are really pretty fickle. We just don't know
No, you don't.
what's going to go on with the shoulder. The shoulder's kind of similar to the knee, only like it rotates on a much more. It just has more angles that it can run at,
Yeah. Yep.
and we know from baseball, like shoulder injury is the worst possible thing. It's even worse.
Definitely. Oh my
It's
God.
worse than Tommy John with the
Yep.
elbow now because you don't actually know if the guy can actually make it back because surgery doesn't necessarily repair it, and
Nope.
the time that it takes, even for like a non-pitching player.
Yeah, no, I mean, you hurt your shoulder, you have to change the mechanics of your throwing. You have to change it, you know.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
might not be for the better. So it's yeah, no, I mean, I might have to, get a divorce from Andrew now. It might be over.
You might not need to. You might not need to keep him, and they're already talking about next year being impacted by this. So
Oh
it's
my
it's
goodness. I'm not surprised. I
really
mean, I
it's
took
really
a risk.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I was from a bigger football standpoint, I was really looking forward to him becoming sort of the heir apparent to some of the big time quarterbacks who are currently like kind of getting closer to their sunset. And I hope he makes it back. You know, um,
Yeah.
but it's crazy, man. It just shows you like it kind of, and I'm gonna bring it here now. Like, so I know you, so I know me and you are both big time Big Blue Giants fans.
All the way.
Um, and we got to talk about Eli Manning because Eli Manning, especially in We Still Here, like takes a lot of, especially from like Fadl and all those other AFC North haters, um, takes a lot of flack. He's, gets a lot of disrespect. The man has never missed a start. All right. He's like the only guy that's ever going to like sniff Brett Favre's record for consecutive starts.
Yeah, I think he's only gonna sniff it though. I don't know if
No,
he
I
can.
don't think he'll get it, but it's like a Cal Ripken type of record. But
Definitely.
but that's the talent it takes to fall down properly in the NFL is really underrated, man.
Oh, definitely. Oh my God. Like to not take a hit when you got the whole defense trying to kill you,
Yep.
that's a skill. Like,
Or
and he
just
doesn't take hits.
or just
Or
to fall properly so that like
definitely.
you don't absorb the level of contact that. I mean,
I mean,
Robert Griffin III. like never learned that. You know?
Yeah, no, I still remember when he got hit in the knee when he tried to. I feel like that was the turning point. I don't know if you remember in that
Yep.
season where he jumped and the guy hit him in the knee and he was just not the same. Like,
Yeah, I definitely remember it. And yeah, all I can say is like, um, with Eli, it's also like just there's something about him that he's a gamer in the sense that when you've got all the marbles down, all the chips down in the table, something about him just like a switch gets flipped. Um, and especially when he's like the odds are against him, seems to just have risen to the occasion. Um, and some of the throws that he's made over the years, just like they'll be, like we'll be watching football 50 years from now, hopefully, if God willing, if we're alive, and we'll see those highlights and be like, yeah, I saw that live. That was crazy. The throw to Manningham down the sideline, the escape play to Tyree, those plays. Anyway, I digress. I had to get it in there, little Eli Love in there. I wanted to also ask you who your favorite player is in fantasy football, and this could be like a present player that you love, or just all time. I know you've been playing for a while, so you could dig deep into the memory banks if you wanted to.
well, I mean, currently my favorite player is like if anybody's not sure, is Stephon Diggs. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
like I'm a big fan. I think this dude is like basically like a faster version of Antonio Brown. Even though I know what people might think that's crazy, but this guy is really the truth.
yeah. So let me ask you about let me ask you a little bit more about Diggs, because I have also I've asked I've asked you about Diggs a few times,
Oh yeah, man, I remember. Even from last year, man, I remember.
and it's never happened, and I have a feeling it's never gonna happen because I think he's like he's like a lifer for you. Um,
The dude is good, man. I like him.
yeah, no, but with him, I wonder, is he? You probably know this. Is he still on his rookie deal?
He's still on a rookie contract. Yep.
Yeah, so he's the kind of guy, and I'm sure this will get you really excited. He's the kind of guy is like when that thing is about to come to an end, I think there's a really good chance that he end up somewhere else where the situation is much better in terms of having a quarterback that can really deliver the balls that he needs to excel, and he could just blow up
I don't know.
like
I understand what you're saying.
top five receiver.
I understand what you're saying, but for a guy like Diggs, I don't think that matters, man. This guy's put up numbers with Case Keenum, Teddy Bridgewater.
But don't you think it could take him to another level if he had? I mean, even if he had, let's say, a Matt Ryan, you know?
Hmm. I mean, like for him, I just think he needs to just get a little on the luckier side. Like for him, like he's only had like a few groin injuries away from like just being like amazing. So I don't know if it matters. He's just I think it's like, all right, you know what? Even let's bring up Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan with Julio Jones. Matt Ryan wasn't anything but a game manager until last season, and Julio Jones has been great the whole time. So like it's one of those things. It's like as long as he's getting enough targets, he'll be fine.
Is that right? Is that right,
That's right.
Jerome?
That's
Oh,
right.
here's bottle.
Is that right? Oh, where's Waldo? There he is.
What up, bro?
There he is. I found him.
Speaking of
You
West
did.
Waldo, I have to cue in since we've got Thursday night football going on, right, man? My man Ty God, thank you, Jerome, for dropping him. Just threw a touchdown pass. It's got me 30 points tonight, despite the romp in the Meadowlands tonight for the Bills, 34 to 14, Jets.
How does he have that many points but have such a bad game?
Ask Jerome, dude, and because
Dude,
I
the
know
guy runs like crazy, man. like crazy.
there's only one quarterback running more than him, and that was Watson.
Well, not anymore.
Well, LaShawn McCoy has 2.5 points, so let's not get crazy.
It's a good thing I'm facing Sean this week, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Hi, Sean. Hope you're listening.
So I abruptly interrupted.
Yeah, man. I had just asked Jerome about his favorite player in fantasy, and he said Stephon Diggs. And I also, as someone who's asked Jerome about trying to trade for Stephon Diggs the last 2 years, I can tell you that he's not lying. I have not been able to obviously make a deal for him. So, yeah, Stephon Diggs for real.
Lifer, man. I love the dude. I think he's good.
Bottle, any thoughts on Diggs?
On Diggs, I wish he was on a better team because I do think he has a lot of talent. I do think he's very nimble. Or rather, sorry. Instead, I think he's very weak boned rather, and that will raise issues in the future. So I would be kind of concerned owning him if I ever had him, but obviously I think he's an every week start no matter what team he's on. But I do wish he was on like a more prolific passing offense because I think he could really shine there. It's kind of impressive that he's shined as well as he has playing for the Vikings. Personally,
it's talent, baby. Talent outweighs everything, bro. You know how it is. You just need a little opportunity.
So I think I'm right in the middle between the two. I feel like Fado, you might be downplaying the talent a little bit. Jerome is all about him. He thinks he's going to be superstar. I just think he needs the right quarterback. I disagree, Jerome. I don't think any of the three guys that he has right now. Talk about brittle. Sam Bradford cannot even get through like 1 or 2 games.
Man, Sam Bradford.
Keenum, but he definitely would be if he could just stay healthy. Of course, Diggs would be, I think, awesome. Keenum is Keenum. I don't want to go any further on that. And then Jerome. I mean, Fado, didn't you pick up? What's his name was coming back? Did you pick up
who?
The guy who's been out with?
Corey Coleman.
No, the quarterback for the Vikings.
Bridgewater?
Yeah, Bridgewater.
Yeah, he's been sitting on my IR for like 6 weeks.
Yo,
damn.
Yeah, you guys laugh. I actually think Bridgewater's not bad, man. The problem is like
bad at all.
It's like they just don't. At the time, they didn't have anybody, so we don't know what Bridgewater can do. So now they have a running game.
Yeah, it's important to keep in mind.
Game.
The last time Bridgewater was out there, he was counting on like Cordero Patterson and I don't even know who else they had.
Dude, Cordero Patterson, what a bum.
All right.
Jerome, I'm going to let you go into the vault, and pick a player who's no longer a current player that's your favorite also.
Oh, Tiki Barber, no doubt, man.
Yeah.
No fucking doubt. You guys laugh it up.
Man, you Giants fans, man. You guys.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
Tiki was a beast.
He was a beast. I mean, his moral character shit. Don't get me wrong. Like,
yeah, no, that's the thing.
But like on the field, he was great.
Yeah,
he was great.
Yeah, no question.
Let me ask you guys a quick question, just because it's live and it's happening now.
Sure.
I'm gonna do this. I normally don't do this, but I think I've got 2 really hardcore fantasy experts with me right now.
Yep.
Would you trade, given all the hoopla today, would you trade Lamar Miller? Okay.
Yes. Yes.
You would. Okay, so that without even knowing what the offer is for, you're already saying yes.
Yes. That's good. Like, dude, you kidding? Watson made that. Now they don't have to even worry about the quarterback. It doesn't even matter.
Okay.
Like,
would you trade Lamar Miller
for
Demaryius Thomas and Damian Williams?
For what?
Demaryius Thomas and Damian Williams.
Wait, you're giving up Demaryius Thomas for Lamar Miller?
I just got this offer from Click.
I mean, it's not. Personally, I wouldn't do it. I mean, if you're asking me, I think Thomas is a better bet. Like, he's only just not – they just haven't been passing the ball. That's enough. That's it. But Lamar Miller is actually getting touches and doing nothing. Like, one good game. So,
it depends. It depends for me on like how much you believe in Brock Osweiler at this point too.
I mean, he can't be worse than Simeon. At least he'll go downfield.
No, he can. We saw him do it last year, dude. Come on, remember?
Yeah, but even in his worst, like he still tries to push the ball downfield, and that's all that matters. You know, you get a ball downfield every once in a while. That can do something.
Well, there's two theories in play here, though. There's two theories, right? If whenever you have a new quarterback in a system, what do? You run, right? And if you have a good enough running, like if you have a good enough block the run offense, you're gonna get some pretty good yardage out of it, regardless, right? Until the quarterback is able to develop chemistry with the players and sort of start scoring points, you're going to run the ball, right? On the other hand, with Demaryius Thomas, right, he gets a new quarterback and he gets Emmanuel Sanders back, which some people say is going to take away from his targets. I actually think it's going to give him the opportunity to score more touchdowns.
I'm of the same belief because now he can't be double teamed anymore. You know,
Exactly.
Sanders he'll beat single coverage. Yeah, so, but I think, and I also think Damian Williams. You don't know who the running back is, so it's like I don't like to go super risky with guys I don't have any confidence in. Like I don't know what he can do, you know. So, I mean, that's just me personally.
Rashid isn't talking because he's sending an offer. He's sending an offer for Lamar Miller as we speak.
No.
Good luck, man, dude. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I'm actually like, I mean, the Bills just got an onside kick, and Tyrod could grab some more garbage time production here. So I'm kind of like a little bit
happy,
distracted.
Dude. You should be happy. You already got 30 points from your quarterback. That's great. That's great.
I just need him to like not get too antsy in the pocket and not throw a pick six because that would.
No, he won't do that. Yeah. That's one thing Tyrod doesn't do. He doesn't throw picks or lots of them.
Yeah, no, he's been really protecting the football. That's true. But Jerome, I wanted to also get into your least favorite player in fantasy.
Oh, Tom Brady, no doubt.
Yeah, that was quick, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you and Chris, man. You and Chris got to get
No, dude. I mean, when I lived in Maine,
meet him in person one day or something.
No, not at all. I mean, like I just like I said, like when I lived in Maine, people in New England like worship this guy.
They do.
It's fucking crazy, and like
Chris considers that devil worship, by the way.
Well, I mean, I won't go that far. That's crazy. It's more like, yo, this dude. I mean, also, what bothers me mostly about him is not. It's more of his politics that bother me. I mean, like, you know, I don't like somebody to not be completely like, hey, you know what? This is the kind of person I am, and these are the kind of things I like. I hate when people are like, you know, half and half. You know?
Yeah, that's how he's been on this whole the protest movement in the NFL for sure.
Yeah, so don't like it.
Yep.
So
I missed all of that, but I presume what you said was people from New England are dicks.
I mean, not all of them, but they love their Patriots and they love Tom Brady. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. They also love their Red Sox, and
they do.
No question about it. Jerome is a hardcore Yankee man, also.
So I was one time. I was in Boston, and I was at like a restaurant, and my Midwestern ass like opened the door for like a bunch of people who wanted to like leave the restaurant, and I was like, and like they didn't say anything. They were just like kept walking out one by one by one. I was like, huh, that's strange. And then like I bumped into somebody, or I said something. I don't know. I bumped into somebody later on. I said something. Oh, sorry, my apologies. And somebody who like is a native from Boston was like, don't apologize for shit like that. I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Yeah, it's like people, you'll get stomped on it over here if you talk like that. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, man, dude, it's crazy.
Yep. Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all. That's how they are.
So Jerome, if there was anybody you would call like a rival in We Still Here, who would you call your rival?
Well, I mean, I don't really have a rival, but there's always somebody I've been sort of jealous of. I've always been jealous of Sean, man. Like every year, I look at his team, I'm like, how does this guy do it? Every freaking year, like it's like wow.
You guys came into the league together, man. So he got OBJ over you.
I know he did.
Yep.
I do know that, but I don't know. I've always just been like, wow, this doesn't make sense. And then like I don't know, last year when he beat me, like, and I remember in the playoffs, I was like, man, this sucks. Like I hate this dude. But, like, I mean, it's nothing I can do.
Adam Thielen, dude. Adam Thielen.
Yeah, Adam Thielen, and I benched Golden Tate, who, of course, that 1 week he went nuts. Like,
Tate's sneaky, man. I got him now, and he's solid.
Before I wasn't a believer. I thought he was good, but I didn't think he was as good as he was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's just really good. But yeah, I've always been a hater on Sean.
Yeah, man.
More jealous than a hater, actually. Let me clarify that.
Yeah. I think, especially since you guys came into the league together, you guys have that. You came in at the same time, so it goes back to that expansion draft for you guys, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder, like if, one of these years you'll end up like facing the championship. Like it kind of be interesting. I don't think we've had expansion teams like face up in the championship yet, so it'd be interesting to see if that ever happens.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah. I know I have camaraderie with like going back to the baseball league. I have camaraderie with my guys in the baseball league that we all came in the same time, like Gabby and all those guys. Like if I'm out of it, I'm always rooting for the other expansion teams because I'm like, we kind of got shitted on at the beginning. Everybody was doubting us, and so when we do well, it's kind of a source of pride if I'm out of it. Yo, Fadl.
What up?
I don't want to leave anything any stone unturned here. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna turn over the host mic here and let you address some issues you've got with Mr. Olaloye here.
Did you already give him a licking, or am I starting from scratch?
Oh no,
from scratch.
No,
damn it, Jerome! Where the fuck you been, son?
Oh man,
where you been, man? I get these messages from you like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'll check back and get back to you later today. And then a week goes by, and you drop the same line on me, man. I feel like you're the chick at the club that just won't give me the chance, man.
No, not at all.
And I keep going after, and all my buddies are saying, man, just drop her, just drop her.
No, dude.
I come to the point where like I'm saying your name like in my sleep, dude. Where are you, man?
No, it's not like that at all. It's just, I've literally I've been a little busy. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna give you any bullshit. It's just like I've been just deep in thought about my fucking shitty team that's driving me crazy.
Dude, thought you were a #1 contender at the beginning. Like,
oh my god!
Let's flip the tape to the first episode
Yeah.
ago, and we definitely thought that you were.
Dude, you guys realize, if I start fucking Mad 14 2 games, I would have 2 more wins. It drives me nuts. Like, like literally twice. I just, but you know what? It happens. So I'm not mad. I'm just very, 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 very annoyed about the way my team has gone. And
I think we've mentioned you in every one of our episodes.
Oh, really?
Like we've how to find Jerome. I think Chris was like, yeah, you got to order an Uber, and you'll find out.
Okay, Jerome, if you're okay, I'm gonna be your counsel on this. I'm gonna intervene on your behalf. I will say one thing about Jerome. He is, so he's actually, like, even though you may be like maybe hard to contact him at points, they like he's very competitive. His teams are always competitive every year, and it's not like he does trade. It's not like he never trades. He's always traded. He might not trade as much as some other people, but he always trades. And the other thing I wanted to say is that for me personally, and maybe it's because we're friends, I know that there have been times where like he hasn't gotten back to me, but I know that eventually he does. It's just like sometimes there's like lags. Like sometimes it's like it can be like 3-4 days, even a week, and then he pops up again. But it's all love, man. Like fantasy is a game. Like it's not all of our lives. Like it's not like me sending you an email being like, I need this done urgently, like for work or whatever. You're not getting back to me. It's not.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
I just want to give him shit. I think it's funny. I send him a message on daily just because I chuckle a little bit because I'm like, I'm waiting for the moment.
No, dude, you're the best. You'll send me a text, you'll send me a WhatsApp, and then you'll send me an email.
Email too?
I didn't even realize. I was like, oh shit. I don't check all the time. And the only reason I even noticed, I just popped up my computer and I was like, oh shit, everything pops up at once. I'm like, and then I think you even called me. Did you call me? Am I crazy?
I think
you know what
I think you called me.
Missed one though. Are you not messaging him via the Yahoo?
Dude.
That's how I talk to him. It's the safest way.
Rashid's been thinking since 2014 when I first started complaining about this, that I don't have your number, I don't have your email, I don't message you on WhatsApp. He's like, oh, all you have to do is just reach out to him. I'm like, dude.
He does. Hey, you know what? Listen, I'll put it like this. Rashid is just like you. Eventually, what'll happen is I'll just trade all my assets. Like, if you just hit me up enough, sometimes it's like, you know what? You get into a mood, you do trades. At least for me.
I know how it works. I want to be there for the auction. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that Rashid's going to be there for the auction, and no one else is.
No, that's not true. Like, that's not how it works. I only ever take trades right away if I think like, hey, this guy, it's not even worth going past it. I like the trade offer like that much. It rarely happens though. Like rarely.
Yeah,
that's strategic. That's very strategic because what people like myself and others do is they actually spend the time negotiating. You're actually just looking for the perfect offer that you can click accept to, and then pound away at your double cheese from McDonald's.
Well, yes and no. I've always admired you because besides you and Cheryl, you guys are the most prolific traders I've ever seen in any league I've ever been in, ever. And I
don't know, man. Gabby's pretty prolific too.
You know what? I take that back. Gabby's the most prolific trader. But he just says yes to say yes. That's different, though.
This guy in our baseball league is crazy, and yeah, he makes
so many deals. He's like the clown of that. He's like the logo.
No, I mean, they're not all bad trades, though. I mean,
but he's way more strategic and logical than the.
So, but yeah, no, I mean, it's not that I don't do them. A lot of times, it's like, hey, you know what? I have an asset that I know that I can deal whenever I put them up. It's like it's not. So it's not like I'm not shopping around hard. I haven't like I tell everybody, I'm like, oh, I haven't put it up on the league chat, so people don't even offer as much. So that's why I haven't like been like so out there. But I've just, like I said, I've been looking at my team and just wallowing in it because, like, my God, like I don't know how I'm losing so bad.
Here's one thing I will say about you, and I mean this. I've analyzed everyone's moves, like since the beginning of when I joined, and I don't think you've ever made a bad trade.
Nope.
Well, I mean,
or like you're very calculated. You're a calculated trader.
Well, you want to do something like that helps both parties. That's what I mean. I'm not trying to like. You can't just outright win trades because if you do that, you won't get anything done. Nobody, So it's like, like, listen, it's hard, man. It's hard to just win a trade. Like, so I'm just trying to do something that I know will help me.
Well, there is like a different, like there are different levels of skill in We Still Here. Like some people are closer to novice than expert, or closer to expert than novice, or
Wait, really? In our league, I feel like everybody's pretty good though.
No, but not everyone. Like okay, let me ask you this, and I bring this trade up all the time because I'm really proud of it. But would you have dealt me Todd Gurley last year for Jamison Crowder?
Not really? Not in the like.
No, it was yeah.
Skill. There are that Todd Gurley is an elite, like possibly generational talent.
Well, I mean, see, I don't even go off of it like that. It's like, hey, you have a slot receiver who's not the number one receiver for a guy who gets the most touches on the team. I mean, just thinking about it like that doesn't make sense to me.
Yep. No, that's yeah.
I mean, it's like there's only a couple number 2 receivers in the league that maybe I would have done that for. Like, actually, maybe only one. Like maybe like Adam Thielen. I might have done it last year for it.
For Anthony, I think it was a win now move. His receiving core was like decimated. He had already traded Jordy and I think someone else. He was like and he was still trying to make the playoff run at that time. And he thought,
I get it. You have to do it. Like if you can get into the playoffs, anything can happen because we saw Sean last year. He won, so like anything can happen. So you just get to the playoffs. So I get the motive. I just under normal circumstances I wouldn't even consider it, like at all.
I was laughing at it. I was shocked, completely shocked that he made the deal.
Really? I mean, Todd Gurley really has only been good this year. So,
back from the ACL.
So, I mean, amazing. So it's like, I mean, you can't. You didn't think he was going to be like the best running back in the league. It's really hard to just go out and say that. But I just couldn't do it. I don't know. I still wouldn't have done it just because, it's like it doesn't make sense. Like, somebody's gonna get 25 touches is worth more than just about everybody anywhere. There's only like Le'Veon Bell and stuff that does that.
So you guys really think that the whole Texans? I mean, I'm getting notification after notification that the whole Texans offense is now going to be like shit.
No, they're not going to be shit. I mean,
the one guy that's going to be good is the guy that Sean still has, and that's Hopkins.
Yeah, Hopkins is going to get his targets.
Going to get target monster. Yep.
The problem is, to me, in my opinion, I don't think they have to they'll double team Hopkins and they'll just throw everybody inside the box.
But like what you were saying earlier, Osweiler isn't afraid. He's a gunslinger. He's not afraid to throw it up there. So Hopkins might be double teamed to let him to let him go up and try to battle out for balls. And the one thing
You
about
mean Savage? Tom Savage?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Well, is
Yeah.
that confirmed?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Osweiler's in Denver, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, the one thing about Hopkins, I feel like he's one of the best, other than AB. I feel like he's probably the best like ball battle guy battling for the ball in the air that I've seen, at least of the current receivers that are still playing right now. He's amazing at making a catch, even though it's like anybody's ball in the air. He's awesome at that.
I mean,
Yeah.
it helps if you get a ton of targets too, though, so you can
Yeah,
keep
but I'm
doing
saying
that.
if his targets stay the same and he gets those air yards.
Oh no, the
He's
targets are going to stay the same because who else are they going to throw to? Will Fuller? Like Will Fuller's not Hopkins.
They're not going to be able to run as many plays a game, and they're certainly not going to be averaging. They averaged something absurd against Seattle. I think it was 15 yards a play. Something crazy. That was nuts.
But I mean, just going back to the point, I don't think like Lamar Miller is good. It's just like I think that their line is not capable of doing anything, and Dante Freeman gets touches. It's just I don't know, man. I mean, this for somebody in the hunt, it's too much of a risk, and I know that Demarius will do certain things. You just know as so long as the quarterback throws him the ball, he's gonna do well.
As long as you know you're selling low on Demarius and that he could,
yeah.
He's probably going to
exactly
regress positively. There's it's almost guaranteed he's going to regress positively. You got to know.
No,
that.
I mean, I feel like I also think like this is the best you could hope for with Lamar Miller. I mean, like he's not going to do better without this guy on the field, Watson. Like he can't. Like he can't.
No.
Like it depends on how you it. Well, I mean, look at Jordan Howard.
Yeah, but
right? Jordan Howard doesn't have he's not on a team where the passing offense is opened up with Trubisky.
Yeah, but
and he's crushing it.
First of all, their offensive line is much better than Texas. You know, like Jordan Howard he's a meh player in my opinion. Like I don't think he's got a lot of skills. I just think he runs behind a good line. You know,
yeah.
And now they just and besides, if they give him if you get like 30 carries a game, who cares if you get 3 yards a carry?
Yeah.
Like
Chris is going to be pissed. This is the 1 week he chose to bench the Jets defense.
Well, that's good for me.
Yeah, that is good for you. Denver's going to Philly. Philly might hang a number on them.
They might actually hang a number on them.
I'm serious. I wasn't playing. Denver's the best defense in the league, but Philly's probably the best offense right now.
Yo, is Denver still the best defense in the league though? You don't think it's the Jaguars?
Yeah, that's a good debate. I mean, I would just give Denver the nod because they've been doing it for so long, but definitely Jacksonville's got just as much talent.
Yeah, I think they got the best cornerbacks in the league now too. Jalen Ramsey he's a problem, man. He's really
and Boye too, man.
Oh my God, Boye is great.
Yeah, he's really good.
He's just great. So they're a problem.
Yeah, everybody on that team can tackle. Everybody on that team can beat guys off the line. They lead the league in sacks.
And they just got that guy from the Bills now. So now, yo, dude, their defense is gonna be it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
that's a Coughlin team, man.
Yeah, their defense is nuts.
So did you guys see that we have two brothers facing head to head this week?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, my money's on Chris.
No.
Oh, this is Andrew Anthony.
There's another combination.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know there were two brothers.
There's two pairs of brothers.
Oh shit!
Anthony and Andrew. So the Giggities and Bayardi's Bungles this week.
The Giggities, man, it's so crazy.
Jerome, I didn't even get to. I didn't even get to ask you about Crimson, man, and where you got Crimson from.
Oh, a comic book.
Yeah, man. I actually was paying homage to you earlier. Follow the intro music was Samurai. It was Samurai Showdown from. You guys familiar with the movie Ghost Dog?
Yeah.
So Ghost Dog, and wasn't Ghost Dog based on a comic too, Jerry?
I'm not actually 100% sure, but I have to think it was, because it doesn't make sense if it wasn't.
Yeah, I figured since as much as you know about like comics, that you're also probably also into like anime and like probably
Yeah.
like the original graphic novels that came out of like Japan and stuff like that. So that was kind of a nod.
No, I thought it was funny.
Yeah. I'm a big
But
Ghost
yeah.
Dog fan. I've watched that movie a lot of time, many times.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ghost Dog.
But yeah, like I totally it was a comic that I never actually read it cover to cover. I remember I wanted to get it and then I just never got it, and I couldn't think of a team name, but I thought of the comic, so I went with them. That was it.
Yeah. I think every team I've ever seen that you've had in fantasy has been Crimson. So
Every single team since I had one team not named Crimson. That was it.
what was the other team? What was that team's name?
I think it was like bomb.
Oh,
Something about bomb in Nigeria or something stupid.
wait. Didn't you have a Bronx? Well, no, that's your ESPN is like Bronx.
That's my handle. It's not the team name.
Are you from New York, Jerome?
Me? Yeah. Bronx, New York.
Okay. I could never tell because you don't have the heavy accent like a lot of the other of your other New Yorkers.
He's got a twang. He's got a twang. He's
a little bit.
Yeah.
A New York accent. Yeah, no New York accent, I guess.
Yeah.
And
not that it's a good or bad thing. I wasn't ever sure.
Yeah.
I thought even thought maybe possibly Cali.
Cali. Huh.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if you heard the Lorenzo interview, Jerry, but did you get to hear that?
No, I haven't. I have to listen to that.
So Lorenzo actually works he's in a technology firm that serves I think your employer, Uber, or one of your employers. He actually runs the dispatch through, I guess I think he runs dispatch through like online management systems for like Uber and a bunch of actually one of Uber's competitors said. So we were making a joke about how he was gonna send you up on a job that was gonna send you to Ohio to hit up a bottle. For like $3,000, and you'd be like, definitely would take it. Probably in a body bag in his trunk somewhere, and he'd be like, "Yo, do this trade or else, man.
Or else.
It's the end of the line for you."
He's got a heavy New York accent.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lozo, yeah, him and Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah,
you gotta get him and Chris on together sometime.
Yeah, it's so funny. I keep seeing these guys. I know these guys since I was like, damn, it must have been like elementary school, man. Still the same. It's funny to think about that.
Do you guys want to we could do the math real quick before we shut this down?
Yeah, sure. Tell me.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we could start with those brothers, Viaris Bungles, Anthony against Andrew Giggy. So Andrew already got 14, almost 15 points from Robbie Anderson tonight. Robbie Anderson has just been doing it all year. And I don't know if you guys are seeing this too with me here, but the biggest, and but he also played the Bills defense tonight, which Didn't do well at all. 5 points. Anthony looks like he's gonna win, but I think the major question mark here, or like what could decide this matchup, is actually the quarterback situation. I don't know what Mariota is going to do against Baltimore. That could be terrible. Actually, I don't know what he's going to do. What do you guys
It's
think?
risky.
Which quarterback?
This is Mariota against Baltimore. I mean, he doesn't have much of a choice. His other option is Dalton in Jacksonville, coming off the bye. So
I would. I mean, those are two difficult choices, actually.
he should have gotten McCown, man.
Yeah, McCown was. I picked up McCown. He didn't do so bad. I mean, I'm still kind of glad I didn't start him because I think, despite the unfavorable matchup, I think Matt Ryan might do a little bit better this week. I think he's bound to have a good game.
I don't think it's crazy.
With that matchup, I don't know. I mean, I think Mariota has got to have a good game sometime, right?
And he's at home.
And he's at home, and I know Rashid is gonna be all over me when I say this, but whatever, I'm gonna say it. And he's got Corey Davis back, and you know, I don't know. It could be the perfect storm for a guy like Mariota to get 30 points. I mean, he hasn't had it all season. I think he barely got it versus Seattle, and then got injured, and then that was it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, guys, I think the other thing to watch in this one is where does Kareem Hunt get his production in this game? If Kareem Hunt, for instance, if most of his scoring is through the air, which has happened in games this year, he's had some really prolific pass catching games. That's going to be points for Andrew also because he's got Alex Smith. So I feel like if Kareem Hunt, if more than let's say 60% of his points come from passing, and his touchdown is a passing touchdown, that could even things out a little bit. This matchup could be a lot closer than it looks.
Yeah, no, I think you're not crazy. I don't know. I just look at the Giggities. I'm not a fan of his receiving core.
No way.
He's relying on Macklin, and I think something's wrong with Baltimore's quarterback, and I don't know. And Humphreys, I don't know.
Yeah, starting Humphreys is a really questionable move.
Yeah,
and he does have Fuller in the flex.
Yeah, but Fuller without
this
guy, are you really sure of it? I'm not.
I mean, the news just broke today, so what can the guy do?
I mean, there's nothing he can do. That's what I'm saying. So that's that limits his upside.
I think I might roll Cobb out there against Detroit over Humphreys.
I mean, maybe, but don't sleep on Detroit. Their defense has been crazy.
So the Saints' defense has been good too.
Yeah, it's been
Lattimore, man.
Yeah, Marshawn is really good.
There's some this year's cornerbacks, the rookie corners, have really
been as advertised, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So are you guys all taking? Are we all taking Anthony on this one by Ari's Bungles?
I am. I mean, if I was betting, I would.
Yeah, I'm taking by Ari's Bungles.
Well, hold on a second. I'm very bearish on the Jiggities now. I think he traded away a lot of great players. I mean, at one point, I called him out as being one of the top three teams in the league, and but I feel like my concern with Anthony's team is the fact that he's got Mixon and Ivory starting this week. And I actually think Mixon is going to have a terrible game against Jacksonville.
I agree.
And Ivory, I think, is going to be a non-factor. And that's an issue for me. I feel like Detroit could get blown away by Green Bay, despite what people think about their quarterback situation. I just feel like...
How do they score points if they get blown away?
I don't see that.
What do you mean?
That's going to be a tight.
Like who's scoring the points of it? I mean, like their quarterback is very suspect, man.
Okay, so you heard it here on the podcast. I think last week's, or I guess before the bye, was a fluke. And I think, I'm not saying he's going to be, a crazy elite quarterback or anything, so let's not get crazy. But I do feel like he's going to be serviceable. Mm-hmm. And I do feel like the Packers are going to beat Detroit. And I just feel like it's one of those games that's going to really irk Anthony so much because of the fact that Hundley's going to beat his team. I just have that feeling. It's at Green Bay. It's Monday night. Aaron Jones is going to rip it. And you've got everyone. Okay, yeah, you have some offensive linemen who are injured, but all of the receiving core, all the weapons are healthy. This is Hundley's moment. I think he's going to give it to him. I think they made some pretty good corrections probably during the bye week, and I think the Packers are going to win.
All right, who's going to win the brothers?
I think it's going to be. Andrew. Okay. Just this week only. This week only.
So we got it in there. It's Jerome and I are calling Anthony, and
yep.
Fowler's taking the underdog.
Yeah.
Giggities. Click against Make America Great Again. I can't get over it.
Yeah, I don't know why he kept that name. He did it just to, yeah.
So this one looks like a blowout. Although Lozo did start Javon Curse for a poor showing tonight, but on the other side, Make America Great Again had a dud from ASJ, so it's kind of even right now. But what stands out to me in this one is definitely the running back situation is tenuous at best for all of these guys for both of their teams. But I think the best chance for anybody who could possibly blow up this week as a running back would probably be, and we just talked about him, but I would say Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller, they're going to pound it, and they're going up against the Colts. Colts can't stop the run. I don't care if they don't need to worry about Deshaun Watson. They still can't stop the run, and they got to respect what Houston has done in terms of their aerial attack. Even with a different quarterback under center. And I think Lamar Miller's got a real good chance to put together a good game.
That's what I think, man.
If you're just looking at this week, Fadl, and not the whole big, long term, because over the long term, teams are going to figure out, okay, so now we can just load up the box because this guy can't really do anything, Savage. But this week, I think it's too. The Colts are now they've only got 72 hours to process this information and change their game. I don't know how much they'll change. So I think Miller's got a good chance.
I mean, this is his week. If there's a week,
this would be the week to buy low and then probably flip him next week. See if you can get Fournette from Chris or something. Hashtag never gonna happen, but
yeah, I don't know, man. I really like Lorenzo's team, man. Compared to Drew Brees, man, at home, you always got to go with them
against Tampa. Ugh, Tampa's terrible.
Yeah, their defense is shit, and Thomas hasn't done much lately. This could be a blow up game for them, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I think. And that's why this whole week I've been debating whether to start the Saints defense against Tampa, which I think is going to be a beatdown.
Yo, I
And
mean,
or the
yeah.
not Chargers, the Rams defense against the Giants, which I also think is going to be a beatdown.
Did you guys notice that Lozo and Chris share a very similar strategy this year? So they've pretty much what Lozo has here. You'll notice he's got Breeze, Michael Thomas, then he's got Brandon Coleman, and then he's also got Kobe Fleener. So he's like all in on the Saints on the arm of Breeze passing offense. If they have like a big week, he probably wins because they're gonna all blow up, or at least a couple of them are gonna blow up.
I don't know, man. Mark Ingram's been good, man.
If they don't, exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah, he's been good.
Direction. Whereas with Chris has, and we'll get to Chris in a minute. Chris has Wilson and like 4 different weapons in the Seattle offense. He's got Baldwin, Lockett, and he's also got Graham. Yeah, 3. So yeah, he starts 4 Seahawks most weeks. So he's like really reliant on that offense. And
it's risky, bro.
and similarly, Lorenzo is all in on the Saints offense in the passing game too. So I mean,
I think Lorenzo's listening live, man. I see his lineup changing as we speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna call this for Lorenzo, man. I just think Make America Great Again has not made the adjustments that they need to. They haven't been active enough on the wire. I mean, Alan Hearns, I don't know. Alan Hearns. The running backs really aren't that great. Like, I could understand if he had like a mediocre set of running backs like this, but he had some stellar receivers. But the receivers aren't great either. We talked about Deshaun Jackson, who can blow up, but it's kind of like, I would say, like a 30% chance that he blows up. It's not. So he's got Dak. That's the one thing I really love about his team. He's got Dak. I love Dak. I had Dak last year, but
Yeah, Dak is great.
I'm going Lozo here. What do you guys say?
I'm with you.
All right.
I think it's closer than you guys give it credit.
Oh no, I agree with that too. I agree with you, but
C.J. Anderson against Philly. Lamar Miller, I think, is going to have a good game. But I like I said last week on the podcast, I think Jay Ajayi is a great running back who was on the wrong team, and I don't know if they're going to start. Is the word on the street that they're going to start Blount this game? And
no,
Ajayi?
It's not clear who they're going to start, but I think they're going to give him the opportunity to take over immediately. That's what I think.
Okay, so that's not good. On that basis alone, I'm going to go with Lozo. But if they give Ajayi the start and they let him roll, I think that's going to be what's going to bring Rumsey the victory. I like Dak Prescott versus Kansas City. I like DJ this game only, and I think Collins is going to have another good performance. But if Jay Ajayi doesn't get his carries, I think it's going to go to Lozo. That's my feeling.
Make America Great Again is also flexing Willie Snead. Just wanted to put that out there. Willie Snead needs to stop smoking weed. And probably, see if he can get a job managing at a Walmart.
Or just freaking make it legal and okay.
No, for sure. He can smoke all the weed he wants, but he just needs to, he's not going to be on a football field. Like, Willie Snead is a has-been. He's done.
I don't think he'll flex Snead.
He's in a apocalypse bind, bro. He's gonna have to make a pickup.
Yeah, who knows? There might be a deal coming his way soon.
Are we all going Lozo? But because
I'm down with Lozo.
All right.
Yeah, Lozo.
All right. On to the next one. Speaking of Chris is facing
The Natty.
The Natty this week in a critical matchup for both of them. They're both sitting at 3-5 right now, I think.
Yeah.
And trying to fight to get into the hunt for the playoffs. This is going to be a tight one, and I don't know. I really like Chris's running back situation this week in particular. No offense, Fado, but I think Fournette is going to ball out on your Bengals this week.
Definitely.
And did you guys know that Landry is on pace for like 100 targets? Dude's on pace for 180 targets. 113 or 14 catches or something crazy like that. So he's just like a stable source of points. I don't know. This is going to be tight. I think it's tighter than the projection is showing.
Yeah.
What we were talking about before about DT, I think the projections underneath what he's going to do. I think he's going to be a 20 this week. I think this is his positive regression week for sure. I think the same thing for Ryan. And the projection systems just don't understand what Chris Thompson is.
Yeah.
They have him under 12 points this week. I don't think he scored under 12 points maybe once this whole year. Like even against the Seattle team, he's going to catch like 7-8 passes. They're going to be down. He's going to probably he'll score at least 15 points. He's an RB1 overall right now, and he's easily like a high end RB2 rest of the way, I think. So, I don't know. This is a tough call for me, but I'm gonna say Fado pulls off the upset here.
Yeah. I think I disagree.
Chris has been screwed over by upsets a lot this year, so maybe he'll get it.
Yeah, I don't know. Although I'm still not a believer in Devontae Adams, but man, it's like I don't see this happening. I think I'm on Chris's side because I don't know. Russell Wilson is the truth, man, bro. Like he's really good. Yeah. And if Russell Wilson does well, I don't see it happening, man. Because like that means he's gonna get like double the points. Like who's he gonna throw touchdowns to? Because they have no running game. Chris has all their receivers starting.
Everyone except Richardson. I guess if Richardson can catch 3, then
yeah. I mean, but so like the off chance that happens, okay. But
it almost happened last week. So Baldwin's kind of due right now.
Yeah, but he has Baldwin. I mean, I don't know. It's like if he throws a touchdown to any of those guys, it's like he's getting points twice. So it's very. I mean, it's a very risky thing in my opinion. But if it works, it's great. So to me, if Russell Wilson has a good game, I don't know how this works.
Well, so I think what this is going to come down to, for me, is Demaryius Thomas, Chris Thompson having a good game, and at least, and hopefully, I start the right defense.
That's going to be critical for you. I feel like that's critical.
It's critical because I think one of these two defenses is going to blow up this week, and I don't think it's I mean, one of them is going to blow up. It's just hopefully I pick the right one. I'm betting that Delaney Walker is going to sit out, And if he sits out,
Oh, well, then this is
John
yours
is the
easy.
man.
Yeah,
Huh?
no, this is yours easy. If Walker's out, oh man.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna sit out.
So he'd have to pick up a tight end, and the waiver wire is pretty much,
That's it. There's
we're
nothing.
T3 like tight end 3 territory.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point though, Fodl.
And that's what I'm betting on. I'm betting on because this is what Chris does. Let me tell you what Chris does. Okay, I'll tell you what happened 2 weeks ago. Like, it was game day for Jacksonville, and in the morning it was Leonard Fournette was called out, and I just happened to be like talking to Chris like that day. I was like, dude, Leonard Fournette's out. He's like, no, he isn't. No, he isn't. He's gonna play. I was like, no, man, he's out. No, it's bullshit. You're just trying to get me not to start him. And like, I was watching his team like half an hour before the game started. He kept Leonard Fournette in. And then like right before the game started, I guess he like decided to switch over. But that's the thing. Like, he may not be watching as closely as he should be on that particular position, which I wouldn't be surprised he keeps in, and Delaney Walker ends up getting a goose egg. And I think that goose, because of how close it is, I think that goose egg would really matter.
Yeah.
He's probably not even going to listen to this podcast to get this information. That's why I feel comfortable saying it.
Yeah,
So,
you can't get a 0 at any position. That can definitely cause you to lose. Fuck.
Nah, he'll pick up a kicker.
He's got to pick up a kicker, yeah.
He'll pick up somebody for Walker. He's been paying attention more this year than any other year I can remember.
But
I'm gonna take the Natty one, guys. Fodl, you betting on orange? You betting on yourself, orange and black?
I'm betting on myself. But if I lose, I think I'm going to be in Jerome territory.
You going into the auction block?
Yeah, I'm going to join him in the auction. I'm going to be competing with him for picks for the first time in my illustrious fantasy career.
Jerry, who you like in this one?
You said me? I'm going with like I said, if Russell Wilson has a good game, I don't know how this doesn't happen. Yep. Like, because like literally he's gonna get all the points, like everything. Like,
moving on. Let's go to your matchup, Jerome.
Yeah.
Dawn of August. It's like neck and neck right now, I guess.
Well, I haven't picked up a defense yet. I'm just biding my time, I guess.
They also haven't picked up a kicker.
Yeah, kicker's better. So they score.
I think it's going to be pretty tight regardless.
Yep.
Both of you guys are facing the bye apocalypse situation and the suspension situation. And
I think this is an easy one.
And it looks like Dawn of August picked up the wrong running back because Alfred Morris is the starting running back for the Cowboys right now.
Hell yeah, he is.
So, yeah, Jerry, I gotta call you on this one for the win, and I think I think Dez is gonna go nuts this week, and Julio, both of them.
Well, that'd be great. I need the trade value.
Yeah, man.
And Hilton.
What is this?
I'm calling it right now. Jerry's receivers are gonna score a combined minimum 70 points this week. Minimum.
Where were they the rest of the season, man, bro?
I'm just saying. I think Hilton's due. I think Julio's due. I think Dez with the added emphasis on the pass is gonna ball all three of those guys, and you're gonna win this week.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm sort
of. I think you're actually gonna crush it this week.
That would be good, but
I don't know if he'll crush it.
I know he'll crush it. He will crush it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've been over reliant on Zeke. They really have. It's actually true.
And it may not be. It may not be when I say crush it. It may not be because he's like that Jerome is like hit like 200 points plus. But I think there's gonna be a huge difference in scoring here. I mean, dawn of August, they lost Ezekiel Elliott and Pierre Garçon. Like, and like, Funchess could be a target monster. Parker's still coming off of an injury, and I mean,
Keenan Allen's on the bye.
Keenan Allen's on a bye.
So
Devonta Freeman's.
So is Melvin.
I like this.
Freeman's kind of injured and could not even. He may not even get the lion's share of carries this week. Yeah. McFadden's probably going to be a change-up back. That's what everyone's, estimating. And I mean, yeah.
I know Kuechly's coming off of a concussion. There's a lot going on, but
Kuechly hasn't been that good for defensive players this year.
Yeah, he's been hurt, man, bro.
Yeah, I like your guy, man. I like Smith. I've had him before. He's really solid.
Oh, dude, you saw I wavered him when he dropped him.
Yeah, man. I like him.
Dude.
I like him a lot. Yeah.
Was it you who was it who dropped 25 bones on Josh Gordon?
Chris.
Not me. No, I wouldn't do
it.
It
was Chris.
And Josh Gordon isn't going to be eligible to actually play an NFL game until week 13.
Dude, he hasn't played in 2 years. You can't even. That's why don't you play Olaloye? That's crazy. I wouldn't do that.
A quarter of his.
That's awesome.
Year.
That's awesome.
Yep. Well,
it's almost.
I wouldn't do it.
This is why I don't conserve my fab throughout the season. If I see somebody I want, I go and get him.
Oh, you got a bid for sure.
Yeah. So Jerry, I'm taking you in this one. Crimson gets it done.
Yep.
But you never know. He might score like 40 more points than scheduled, like fucking Cheryl. My God.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's been believe it or not, guys, the secret weapon this year has been that Baltimore defense, which Lorenzo dropped. They've dropped almost 50 points in 2 different weeks that won them the week. So they did it.
Unbelievable.
They did it against me when they beat me, and that was the difference.
I think Cheryl's magic is done. I told you.
I never counter out.
She's done, man. She lost to Deshaun Watson. She already let go of Lacey. Marquise Goodwin is not going to be Pierre Garçon. Who does she have left? Le'Veon Bell?
He's good.
Game over.
Yo, Juju Smith-Schuster, that bastard.
Yeah.
He had 200 yards against me. It's crazy.
Careful.
So I don't know.
Watch your mouth, Waddle. 2-time champion. Watch your mouth.
I'm telling you, man. She's not focused. She can't be making deals like the deals she made with you and be focused, man. I got Chris Thompson for Jeremy Maclin. She's not focused.
Jerry.
Bro, you know what I can say?
You betting on Crimson this week? You betting on Red?
No, I'm always betting on Crimson, John. What's wrong with you? Like, always.
Swaddle, you already made your opinion known, so I think we can move ahead.
Yeah, this is what Jerome's going to do.
So I'm matched up. It's the 1 versus the 2 this week. I'm matched up with Sean. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances right now. I'll tell you that. Ty God Taylor made up for McCoy's dud tonight. They were projected combined 37, and I got 37. I got 37 from Taylor alone, so that made up for that dud from McCoy.
It almost does.
I think I'm catching.
Almost.
I think I'm catching Sean at the right time here.
Dude, his team is hurt, bro. Sean is just so unlucky, dude.
He could probably crush.
Yeah.
He's probably going to crush me at wide receiver. But I think everywhere else, even with Wentz, because Wentz going up against Denver, I think I'll win everywhere else. And I don't think the difference between his wide receivers and my receivers will be enough for him to make up the difference that I have everywhere else.
Right.
I'm like really looking forward to seeing what happens between Aaron Jones and Ty Montgomery this week. I think that's probably a critical part of this matchup.
Dude, I think it's the debate's over. I think it's Aaron Jones, bro.
Yeah. No,
Right.
I agree. Well, I spent $34 on him.
I think it's over.
Fadl, what do you think of this matchup? I'm definitely betting on myself.
So, sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
That's what Rashid is going to do to Sean. And, you know, I think it's owed because Sean has given you a licking for many seasons now.
Yep.
And unless Sean gets his act together and starts trading, I think this is going to open things up for everyone. It's kind of like the Patriots. If the Patriots were actually to go down one season, I think he's set up for that being a real possibility. I think the best player on his team right now, or the two best players, are Carson Wentz and Mike Evans. With everything that's going on in Texas, Hopkins will still get his targets and he'll still be a factor, but I don't think he's going to get 21 points. Ty Montgomery is probably going to be a change-up back at best now. Kenyon Drake, I don't think he's going to be – I don't know. I don't trust Miami. Miami's offensive line, I don't think their running game's going to be good. If it wasn't good with Ajayi, it's not going to be good with these assholes. Higbee, I mean, that's just a low streamer option. I mean, you could put in Everett and probably do better. Terrence Williams.
Let's just remember Eric Ebron scored a touchdown against the Giants when they played the Lions. So the Giants give it up to the tight end.
They do, but
Jerry knows this.
They do, but Everett and Higbee are about they're about like neck and neck with each other. It's kind of like Seth DeValve and Njoku. I would say Njoku has a little bit more upside in terms of touchdown potential, but they're kind of like that, right?
Yeah, DeValve gets the targets. Njoku gets the red zone work.
Whereas you have, by virtue of some of the best trading of the year, 3 RB1s, 1 tight end 1, 2 wide receiver 1s. I would say Tyreek Hill is probably wide receiver 2, borderline 1 this week. I mean, it's just there's no question. Tate is a strong wide receiver too. I mean, for fuck's sakes, dude, your team is stacked.
Agreed.
Your bench, dude, your bench could be like the starting lineup for somebody in our league. Aguilar, Njoku, Coleman. Okay, Rawls kind of sucks. Amendola. And if David Johnson was healthy, David Johnson.
Yeah.
You're stacked, brother.
Well,
and you got Jacksonville defense. Fuck.
David Johnson's not coming back. So I'm gonna be tempted if things keep going the way they're going and I keep staying competitive. I'm gonna be tempted to flip him and try to lock this thing up.
Jacksonville could score more points than Tyrod this week.
That's scary. It's insane.
Dude, stop hating on your own Bengals, man.
I'm being truthful, man. The Bengals.
Don't bungle your Bengals.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man. The only,
Jerry,
yeah. Go ahead.
Jerry, who you like in this matchup?
I already picked you, man. I mean, like, I think Sean, man. Like, I personally think he's in a little bit of trouble. Like,
I think he already put it out there. I think he's got to find a way to flip Wentz or Brady, preferably Wentz.
I mean, no, it doesn't matter who he flips. I mean, personally, if I were him, I would try to flip Brady because you can get more for Brady.
Yeah, you're probably
Wentz
right.
is good.
Go ahead and flip Brady. He's so dude. He kept Brady as a keeper this year. Like he's so attached to Brady.
Dude, it's okay. Like Wentz is really good, and they throw the ball all the time. It's perfect.
Spreads it out too, just like Brady.
So I mean,
yeah, I think he's got to. You're right. He's got to flip Brady, and he's got to get like
an amazing wide receiver.
Fado, was that you?
Yeah, that was me. That was unintentional, though. My hand, my big ass palm fell on the keyboard. Sorry.
I think we're all picking me in this matchup. We'll see what happens. And then one last one is Charles goes up against the two-time champion, Sassy Steelhead Cheryl. What do you guys think of this one?
I want to be spiteful and go for Charles, but I don't know what to say, dude. Like, I don't know.
This is the classic matchup between these two because if I remember correctly, I think Charles was favored when they played. Fado, didn't they face each other in the playoffs when Charles finished third?
I don't recall. I just realized that Matt Forte scored 25 points. What the hell?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, dude. every time we bench him in that other league, he goes off.
Dude,
he just needs to retire, man.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Charles. As soon as she gets a quarterback, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, she got 14 for 25. I think.
Oh man.
I think we're gonna figure it out this week. She'll figure it out.
I don't know. I feel like Charles has a bunch of people that are so suspect. I couldn't gamble. Like, I don't like Sterling Shepard. Don't like.
Jeffrey's gonna get shut down against Denver.
If you don't like Sterling Shepard, who do you like on the Giants? If you were going to pick one person.
I picked up Roger Lewis, bro.
I mean, let's be serious, though. One offensive player on the Giants, who do you pick?
An offensive player that that I have to play, or that
like you can if you have to choose one player from the Giants to start.
Ingram.
Okay. But so that's the entire offense?
Yeah. I know, but if you to go for Ingram, that means you have to bet on Eli. I can't bet with Eli. That's crazy, dude. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I think Shepard is a good start here, personally.
But he's like not been good like his whole career.
Coming off an injury, it's a desperation move.
What are you guys gonna do?
What do you mean?
Who are you gonna throw to? Ingram? Tight ends don't carry teams. You gotta have one guy who's at least yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how their cornerback situation is. If the cornerbacks are really good, Ingram is going to be a beast because they're going to have to throw to the tight end because the wide receivers won't do shit. But
yeah, that's
right.
That's where you can attack the Rams, and I think Ingram is the pick there.
So
I don't know. But the rest of this team is so suspect. Adrian Peterson, fucking Murray. It's like I really don't like Charles's team, man.
Yeah,
Ertz
is a monster though.
He is. I mean, dude, the guy gets targets, dude. And then Cam Newton, you don't know which Cam you're getting. It's like
Vernon Davis could match this week though.
Yeah. Vernon's gonna do something. I don't know. I really like Charles' team in this matchup personally. I mean, like I said, as soon as she gets a quarterback.
Yeah, I guess it depends who she gets. There's not much left out there.
Yeah, I mean, the quarterback only needs to score like 20 points before he's worth something.
Yeah.
Who's she gonna drop? That's gonna be interesting.
She could drop Deshaun Watson.
You can drop Watson.
Oh
he's
yeah.
done.
Well,
You
if
can't
I
keep
were
somebody
her,
cheap.
I'd IR her. I'd drop Fedor, whatever his
Fedor.
name is, Fedor. Yeah.
Or she could wait. I think we get 2 IRs in this league, right?
She's already
Yeah.
got Tillman and Fedorowicz on the IR. Yeah, she should drop Fedorowicz, put Watson in the IR, and get a quarterback.
Or she could just drop Hauschka.
Or this Hollins guy. I don't think this Hollins guy is going to do anything. That was a weird.
But I think Jerome is right. You drop your kicker. You shouldn't have 2 kickers on your team.
Ever.
Like
I don't know why
ever.
It's
weird.
But I mean, she's got.
No, you know
pick up
what?
like your boy.
Guys, she's stuck. I don't think she can. I think if she drops Hauschka because he already played, Hauschka's drop wouldn't be in effect until next week because he already played.
Really?
Yeah, if a guy already like got points for the week, you can't drop him and pick somebody else up that's going to give you points for this week too. You can't because that's like getting points from the same roster spot twice.
Well,
no, but
Hollins is a bum.
You can, Rashid, but it won't be reflected until next week. Like you can set up the ad drop, right?
Yeah.
But it won't be processed until next week. Hauschka will still show up on there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm
taking Cheryl here.
Cheryl?
Yeah.
So, sorry, go ahead. I'm interrupting you.
No, that's it, man. That's all I got to say.
So you know who I'm taking, right?
I got to hear it. I want to hear you say it.
So this is how Cheryl's team is going to play this week.
This is the song, la 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 la, Elmo song. Shut the fuck up!
I see it.
Oh my gosh.
This is how her team is going to play this week, all right? She's starting Cooper Kupp, which was the main guy that she wanted to get for that deal last week, right? That's all she wanted was Cooper Kupp. So if she's expecting Cooper Kupp to score 25, 30 points, which is commensurate with the points that Tevin Coleman, Aguilar, and Tate are probably going to score at a minimum this week, then she's got something else coming. Secondly, I think you underestimate. I think teams underestimate starting against the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens, being an AFC North fanatic, and she is too, she should know better than to start any wide receiver, unless it's an elite wide receiver against that defense. I've seen the Baltimore Ravens shut down wide receiver 2s and wide receivers 3s week to week. It's just unreal how they do it. And I think Corey Davis is a good player to have on your team, right? But for this week, I think he's going to underwhelm.
I'm going to counter that real quick, Bottle.
Marlon Mack is still trading shares with Gore. I don't care what people say. Gore was just a couple days ago.
Why was he dropped?
Why was he dropped? I have no idea, but I mean, teams are trying to trade for him, right? Like, so he clearly still has talent. He clearly still has juice. Why the hell would you start Yeldon? Let's not get crazy. Like, Fournette is the starter, and if they get a lead on Cincinnati, which I don't think they're going to get a big lead on Cincinnati, at best it's going to be a timeshare between Yeldon and Ivory. So that's kaput. Derby, I don't think he's gonna have a good game. I think you got Emmanuel Sanders back. And I think that's going to be pretty much it for Derby. I mean, when Emmanuel Sanders was in, Derby got, 7.4, 1.5? So, I mean, I don't feel too much discomfort there, or too much discomfort there. So, and then there's Dotson. I mean, come on. The entire Redskins passing offense is just kaput. It's just Chris Thompson plus Crowder.
I'd go
right
Goodwin
now.
over Doxson.
Who?
Goodwin. I'd go Goodwin over Doxson.
Yeah, I might do that this week just because Pierre Garçon is out
And
this season.
And Doxson's in Seattle. And Seattle, right. I know they won that game, but their defense was pissed about what took place there.
Right.
They're going to be coming out with a chip on their shoulder this game.
And then
that's never been done to them in their history as the Legion of Boom.
Right. And then finally, it's just the quarterback situation. I mean, having to pick up what's left on the waiver wire is going to be slim pickings. I'm giving it to Charles.
You lie, baby.
I don't even have to look at Charles' team and analyze his team. I'm giving it to Charles just by analyzing Cheryl's team. Hope you're listening, Cheryl.
I'm going Cheryl. Jerome?
Yeah, I can't, in good conscience, go for Charles. I have to go with Cheryl. I'm just looking at this team. I'm like, she's starting. Charles is starting Marquise Lee, Murray, Peterson, Jalen Richard, Julian Thomas, Stone Shepard. Those are guys that, if none of them get targets, would you really be surprised? I wouldn't be surprised. Nope. If Richard does anything, I'm not gonna say I'm shocked, but I don't expect much from him. And I don't know. Peterson is he's a risk, and I don't think Murray's gonna do anything against Baltimore at all, at all. And it's even scary looking at AJ Green. He has AJ Green. That's his one saving grace, but he's going against Jacksonville. It's
Jalen Ramsey.
This team is crazy. It's and then you can't gamble on Cam Newton anymore because he's basically a running back who throws passes. So it's you don't know what you're gonna get from him. He's too risky. His whole team is just risky, in my opinion. So I mean, and I don't like any of his players. I don't know. I wouldn't bet on that team at all personally. As a matter of fact, that's why I say I would go on the other end. I mean,
yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be Cheryl, and just going back to our earlier point about the Monday night game, it could come down to that because I think she's gonna go ahead and pick up Hundley.
I bet you she will.
I mean, she can pick up Hundley. Couldn't she pick up Philip Rivers? Rivers is still out there.
Bad
He's
matchup.
Good for 20 points.
Yeah,
bad matchup.
I think Rivers got picked up.
No, I picked him up and I dropped him because he's actually on a bye this week.
He's on a bye.
Oh, okay.
That's not gonna be crap. Yeah.
But just about any quarterback can get you 20 points, man.
Drew Stanton?
No, man. It's not looking good at quarterback. I mean, again, with the exception of Hundley, which I think is still a dart throw this week, it's not looking good.
Yep.
I'm not betting that Charles is going to blow it out of the water at all. But I'm betting against Cheryl this week. I don't like her team at all. It's too much of the let's try to throw in a player here who could really blow up. It's too boom or bust. Cup, Davis, Mack, Yeldon, the other Davis, Derby, Dotson. These are all people who are boom or bust. They're not consistent players. Maybe Cup. Maybe I'm being too fair to Cup, right? But all those other players, they're boom or bust. Let's be honest.
Cup leads the Rams in targets, so he is a stable part of their offense. But
even Ginn can be bust, a boom or bust. Sorry.
I agree with that.
All right, guys. I think we got all the matchups. Jerome, thanks for making the time, man. I feel like we've made up for all of us lost time where I've been trying to get at you and I've just been unsuccessful.
No. Dude, guys, like, every message, like I said, it just takes me a while to get back. That's all.
No,
I read everything.
Man. We had to hit you on that. But yeah, guys, we'll see everybody next week. This is the We Still Need
Cool
Football podcast. Thanks for everybody for tuning in, and peace out.
All right, thanks for having me. Later, dudes.
Peace.
Econ, no view, no touch mousetrap.